At the end of the day, you got to say it as never can never be never, and I want to make sure that I don't ever say never again. I got to make sure I don't let my emotions get the best of me, and sometimes it does because I'm an emotional person. But at the end of the day, I just want to be where I am right now, and that's happy.
Helen Yee here at Punishment, being joined by the one and only, the UFC Hall of Famer, the legend himself, Mr. Tito Ortiz. Always great to see you, and I see that you've been very busy.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of traveling, doing a lot of motivational speaking, signings. Got just able to fish a little bit more now. It's been good. It's been a really busy year for me. It's nice to be back to work again. It's great.
Yeah, well, busy is good. And I also see that your sons have also been busy, right? Wrestling.
Yeah, so my oldest son, Jacob's at ASU, just finished his freshman year as a redshirt. Hopefully next year he'll start. And his size, he's my size now. He's a replica of me. It's kind of crazy, but a lot tougher. And my sons, Jesse and Journey, I've been doing jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Doing wrestling with Jake Harmon at the UFC gym here in Huntington Beach. I was at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, then Thursdays, Fridays with Klebler and Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm building them in. They're homeschooled, but school's number one. But at the same time, I want them to be athletes.
Of course, and you're such a great father, and it's great to see that and follow along as well. But we all know that you've accomplished so much in your career. Your pro MMA debut, which is with the UFC, was May 30th, 1997. So it's like 25 years coming up. So what other goals do you have set for yourself to add to your legacy?
Add to my legacy? Wow, I never thought of it that way. I think my legacy is my children. How they perform and how they are humans of becoming adults. I think that's the biggest legacy that I could leave behind. And, the belts and the money, all that stuff doesn't mean anything. What means the world to me is a smile on their faces, knowing that they're respected and other parents respect them. They're going, wow, your kids are very well-mannered. That's what I'm working on. That's my legacy. That's what I want to leave. I really don't think about myself as much as my children ever.
Well, I know you told the Schmo that we hope to all see you return later on this year in the fall, but you and I have spoken in the past, and something else that I know you love, WWE, and I believe your kids love too. Could that be in your future as well?
I'm not sure. I went and trained right before the COVID situation happened. Was it in 2020? I went and trained for, I believe it was 2 weeks, and I learned really quick. A lot of the moves that I was learning, Norman was the trainer at the time, and he's like, Tito, you're catching this stuff super fast. I was like, I've been a fan since I've been a kid. I loved it. But the COVID situation happened, and I had to cut the lineup, and I never heard a call back, but hopefully that window hasn't been shut yet.
Yeah. Hey, it's never over, okay?
No, it's never over. And I think I made that mistake with UFC when I said I'll never fight for UFC ever again. And now I think about it, and that'd be an amazing last fight for myself and for Shogun Rua. I know Shogun has his last fight with the UFC. We're in this kind of in the same era. So it would be nice to see a Tito Ortiz versus Shogun. I would like that. I have a lot of respect for Shogun. I think he's an amazing former champion, amazing fighter. I watched his last fight. I thought he won the fight, but they ended up giving it to OSP, and I don't know. Let's see what happens in the future.
Who's your favorite fighter to watch right now?
One of my favorite ones to watch right now, and I'd have to say Michael Chandler. Just the turnaround he's done in his career has just been amazing. It shows the hard work really does pay off, and the knockout he did against Tony, I was just like, wow, Ferguson's never been knocked out like that, but he got caught with a good straight up kick, and it kind of scared me. Everybody's cheering and screaming, and I stood up going, oh my God, is he okay? Because he was out for a minute, and the way he got hit, he hit him on the chin like that on the top of his spine. That's scary, but good thing he got sat up and he was okay. Got to give kudos to Chandler for being fast, and it was a really good fight to watch.
Well, afterwards, he made some call-outs, and one of them, Conor McGregor. Do you think that makes sense for Conor McGregor's return this year, or who do you think makes sense for him?
It doesn't make sense for Conor McGregor. Chandler's a wrestler who could strike, and Conor's not his strength. I think Khabib really showed that, of what he can do with it. Poirier showed what he can do with wrestling also, with striking. But, for Conor to come back after the injury he had, I have nothing but respect for the guy. The guy has the still rod in his leg, and he still wants to come back and still compete after all the money he did make. And at the end of the day, people can understand this is not about money for us fighters. At the end of the day, it's truly about getting our hand raised and showing that we could be great men, great athletes, and hopefully inspiration in a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, and you definitely inspire so many people out there as well. But someone else who's coming back, Henry Cejudo, what do you make of his eventual comeback as well?
About time the triple champ comes back. I'm happy. I'm a big fan of Henry Cejudo. Huge fan of Henry Cejudo. If we're going to talk about people who I'm looking forward to seeing fighting, that would have been one of the first names, but I know he's been retired here for the last year and a half. So hopefully he comes back and compete. I know he will. I just spoke to him not too long ago. We're doing Freedom Fight Night in Arizona on July 15th, and he's trying to get some of his younger fighters to come out. We're just doing all pro guys who are, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, no more than that. We want to give guys an opportunity to have a stage to really present themselves to show how good of fighters they truly are. And Henry Cejudo is one of the guys I reached out in Arizona to do that. And I spoke to him for a little bit, and he was like, asked me a few questions. I can't tell you the questions he's asked, but I think he's going to come back. I really do. I'm happy. I'm excited. I know my sons are excited because, my son Jacob trained with Henry Cejudo. My twin boys, they know Henry Cejudo. They took pictures with them, got an opportunity to meet with them. He's an amazing guy, amazing world champion, Olympian, and I have nothing but respect for the guy.
I know he wants to add C4 to his resume and legacy. So if that fight were to happen, him versus Volkanovski, how would you see it playing out?
I see Henry Cejudo winning it. He just his speed and this is one of the things when people usually retire, they usually don't do anything after they retire. And Henry has been in the gym almost every day. He's training a lot of great fighters in his gym at Fight Ready. So he's always been in the mix. He's still been in the mix. And that's what a lot of guys kind of take for granted. They think that when someone's retired, they're just going to stop doing things. And Henry Cejudo has the champion mentality of continuing to work. And I see him beating Volkanovski, if I pronounce that right.
Yeah, Alex Volkanovski. And speaking of champions, you're a former champion in the UFC light heavyweight division. They have a huge fight coming up, Glover Teixeira versus Jiri Prochazka. How do you see that one going?
I think Glover by knockout.
By knockout? What round?
I say the second.
Okay, second round for all the bettors out there, right?
Yeah, no, Teixeira is an amazing athlete. He has some great guys he works with, and he finally got his time to shine, and it's nice to see a champion shine the way he does.
And for all your fans who hope to see you back in there, what would you like to let them know?
I give my heart, soul every time I compete. I just got to make sure I put it in the work. To get my hand raised, you got to work for it. Nothing comes easy in life and in fighting and business and everything, being a father, being a parent. It's hard. Life is hard, and especially now, it's the most hardest time, I think, in my history at least. And, I've been through a lot of my life, as you talked about, of 25 years of competition. When I first fought in the UFC 13, fighting for free as an amateur. I don't think anybody in the UFC history has ever fought for free besides myself. And I've been very fortunate, but at the same time, I just got to put in the work. And if I get that opportunity, I'll take it like no other, and I'll make sure I get my hand raised.